Quantum forgiveness. Our divine sacred union was the catalyst for me to step into the frequency of 5D and live it. I had evolved so much that I was at the pinnacle point. We are divine sacred catalytic soulmate partnerships. We stuck it out together. He was the main player in my healing of these wounds. At first, I had a misperception of who he was, the knight in shining armor coming to save me, when he was actually the catalyst who was the holy light to help me transform and alchemize the old karmic threads of subservient energy and rise into the soul fire that I am. He was the rock because he stayed and allowed me to heal. He served me. Here I am again to push this button and this button. That's divine, sacred, holy relationship. He signed on to do that for me in this lifetime. How beautiful. Instead of getting angry and holding on to bitterness for how much his actions hurt me in the end, for he did exactly what I specifically asked him not to do, I chose to thank him. If he didn't do the things he did to make me feel so much discomfort and pain, I would have never left. And that's how we forgive and rise. With this perspective, there's actually nothing to forgive, more like gratitude to the soul for his role in my becoming. When you can change your perspective and reframe a relationship and look at them in this way, you heal yourself, each other, and the world. Aho. Sometimes the soul that does you the greatest harm is the highest service, an act of love. Everything is energy, even people. What I found helps to ease the pain of breakup is when we take the person out of the equation. It's an energy that you're playing it out with. You're trying to shine a beacon of light on that energy to transform and rise, but that energy is choosing to stay stagnant and veiling themselves, cutting themselves off from their divine light and oversoul, which is love. That energy is choosing to put the veil on. All you can do is turn your back on suffering and hold space for them to heal. You cannot make someone change, and you cannot rob someone of their journey. Turn your back on suffering, all the angels. When you are in suffering, you are not loving yourself, because what is suffering? Suffering is the absence of love, the absence of the knowing of what it is that you are, pure, unfiltered, holy love of God. God is nothing but pure positive energy, love, and light. When you are in suffering, it simply means you have temporarily forgotten who you are. Pain is inescapable in the 3D world of illusion and forgetting, but suffering is up to the individual. Suffering is self-inflicted. You are the creator and participant in your own wheel of suffering through control, which is masquerading as fear. Suffering is the repetitive, incessant desire to repeat cycles of disempowerment and separation that masquerade as control, fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, illness, ego, will. It's your choice. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And fear, the polar opposite of love, is the root of all suffering. The true essence of fear is the veiled heart that is unable to feel their own inherent divine light. So when we choose to close our hearts, we are closing ourselves down to the light and the love that we are, and we suffer. Fear comes from the wrong belief that you are separate from the one source, that you are not whole, holy, and complete as is. It is the forgetting of who you truly are, the holy breath of God incarnate. Kuan Yin. Many beings stay in suffering because it's their comfort zone. It's what they are familiar with. You can either focus on the passion or focus on the resurrection. What do you think Jesus wanted us to do? His message was about the resurrection, but somehow the most painted image in the world is the passion, Jesus hanging on the cross. No wonder why the world is programmed to be in suffering. Time for an upgrade, a new paradigm in a new world, starting with us. We are the love we've been looking for. Don't go back to sleep. Rumi. It was time. I circle back many times, not only in this relationship, but in all my relationships, to heal layer after layer of wounds and traumas. Now it was time to circle back one last time and to finally be whole within myself. This was the last purification of this wound. Don't go back now, I said to myself. I had no choice, with my team of angels and spirit guides behind me, huddled together, shoulder to shoulder, pushing me forward, not letting me turn around. You go, girl, don't turn back, they chanted. I had to allow myself the space of freedom to finally fully heal this last trauma. I spoke with my future self, who is saying to me, I'm over here on the beach in my white dress, looking into the eyes of my true reflection. My true reflection is a reflection of the beloved that I know that I am embodying. I can only become that future me by embodying my heart's light of being my own beloved.